All right, this is exercise 1 for indirect objects. So the first thing we're going to do, we always go through and we're going to find our prepositional phrases. Let me make this a little bigger. Shane bought Casey an engagement ring, so we don't have any prepositional phrases or infinitive phrases in there. So let's underline the subject. Shane is our subject. Underline that one time. Find our verb, bought. Bought is an action verb. We're going to underline that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put AV right here in front of it. All right, so then we make our sentence and we ask Shane bought what? Shane bought who? Well, Shane did not buy Casey. What did Shane buy? He bought a ring. So a ring is our direct object. I'm going to highlight direct objects in yellow. Then we go and make the next question, subject, verb, direct object, to whom. So Shane bought a ring to whom? Shane bought a ring for whom? For Casey. So Casey is our indirect object. And notice it comes between the subject and the direct object. Okay, let's do the next one. The first thing we do is find our prepositional phrase. For their wedding is a prepositional phrase. I'll put that in parentheses, and I will mark it out because we will not find our indirect object, our direct object, or our subject in a prepositional phrase. Okay, so then we ask ourselves, what is the subject? Sherry is the subject. Underline that one time. What did Sherry do? Sherry baked. So baked, sorry about the airplane going over. Sherry baked is our verb. We have to identify the verb. It is an action verb. Sorry. So Sherry baked what? Sherry baked who? Well, Sherry baked a cake. A cake is the direct object. So then we ask ourselves the question, Sherry baked a cake for whom? For the couple. So the couple is the indirect object. And number 3, for their wedding is a prepositional phrase. We're going to not just draw a line through that because our prepositional phrase will not hold our indirect object, our direct object, or our subject. So now we have to find our subject. So most guests sent Shane and Casey cards. So guests are our subject. We'll underline that one time. What did the guests do? They sent. Sent is our verb. We need to identify what type of verb, and it's an action verb. So guests sent what? Guests sent who? Guests sent what are cards. And again, you can look at the format of where things are located. Always go towards the end for our direct object. Guests sent cards to whom? To Shane and Casey. So Shane and Casey are the indirect objects in this sentence. All right, number 4. Let's find our prepositional phrase. On a corner lot is a prepositional phrase, and in Kingfisher is a prepositional phrase. And I'm going to mark those completely through. And okay, then we find our subject. So couple is our subject. Underline that one time. What did the couple do? The action verb is bought. So underline that too. We know bought is an action verb. Couple bought what? They bought a house. House is our direct object. The couple bought a house for whom? To whom? For what? To what? For themselves. Themselves is the indirect object. Okay, number 5, find our prepositional phrases. At the wedding, that is a prepositional phrase. Of their guests is a prepositional phrase. Okay, and I'm going to just draw a line through this because our subject, our direct object, and our indirect object will not be found inside of a prepositional phrase. And we could just pull that phrase out of the sentence for a minute while we do the rest. We need to find our subject. So who is the sentence about? It is the couple. Couple is the subject. So I'll underline that one time. What did they do? They fed. They fed is an action verb. Always identify the type of verb. This is an action verb. So the couple fed who? The couple fed what? They fed grilled steak and chicken. That is the, really it's just steak and chicken. Steak and chicken is the direct object. To whom? To all. Now, if you didn't mark out your prepositional phrases, you would have said their guest would be the indirect object, but we don't put indirect objects inside prepositional phrases. So the correct answer is to all. Okay, number 6, of their guest is a prepositional phrase. So we're going to put parentheses around that. Okay, we find our subject. Couple is our subject. Couple, what did they do? They showed. That is our verb. Put 2 lines under that. Couple showed what? Pictures. Pictures is the direct object. To whom? Again, to all. We cannot identify. Where's my stuff? Okay. To all. We don't ever use what's inside the prepositional phrase. So mark that out. Don't use that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Of the gifts is a prepositional phrase. Uh-oh, it disappeared. Of the gifts, it's a prepositional phrase. Okay, we did not have any more. Find our subjects. So couple is a subject. And here we go. Couple is a subject here. All right, couple, what did they do? Received is a verb. Let's underline that 2 times. And they loaned. Next step is identify the type of verb. Received is an action verb. Loaned is an action verb. Okay, so now we say couple received what? Well, the very next thing is another subject. We have a comma here. So that tells me this whole clause is complete. We don't have anything there. So let's go to the second clause. And the couple loaned who? The couple loaned what? The couple loaned their car. So I'm going to highlight that as a direct object. Okay, and then I'm going to make my next question. The couple loaned their car to whom? To what? To Shane's brother, Scott. So brother is our direct object. I'm sorry, indirect object. Now, if you said Scott, that's really not correct because Scott is what we call an appositive. It's just a word that renames another noun. The direct object is brother. So if you got Scott, you're close. Give yourself a half a point for that one. All right, number 8, at the wedding is a prepositional phrase. And to Shane's cousin Michael is a prepositional phrase. Okay. All right, now we need to find our subject. Shane is our subject. Underline that 1 time. Shane introduced. Okay. Shane introduced who? Shane introduced what? Shane introduced Casey. Casey is our direct object. And we do not have an indirect object in this sentence. We could if we rewrote it. We could say, while at the wedding, Shane introduced Shane's cousin Michael. Nope, we couldn't do that either, could we? That'd make it a prepositional phrase. Well, this is the way it is. So Shane introduced Casey. Casey is our direct object. And to Shane's cousin Michael is a prepositional phrase. All right, let's do number 9. There are no prepositional phrases, so let's identify the subject. Teacher is a subject. Taught is a verb. Underline verbs with 2 lines. They is a subject. And could write is a verb. Identify our verbs. Taught is an action verb. Could write is an action verb. Let's see if we can identify the rest. Teacher taught who? Teacher taught what? Teacher taught the class. They could write who. Okay, well tells how, so it is not going, it is an adverb. Actually, this is wrong. Teacher taught who? Teacher taught what? Teacher taught English. Oh, this one almost got me. I had to look it back up. Teacher taught English. To whom? To the class. Look at me making mistakes. Did y'all get that one? You probably got it fast. Okay. So find your prepositional phrases. Upon all is a prepositional phrase, and of her students is a prepositional phrase. Teacher is a subject. Underline that one time. Wishes is your verb. Underline that 2 times. Identify the type of verb, action verb. Wishes, teacher wishes what? Teacher wishes who? Blessings. That is your direct object. There we have exercise, indirect object exercise 1.